Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Welcome to a high rating spectate. This will be uploaded, I think, Sunday as the second video. It is worth mentioning, little bit of a spoiler, this is during the subathon, so like the content that you're going to eventually see in the next few days will be at the beginning of the subathon. It's going well, so we're having a bit of a break from playing. I've ordered food, so we're waiting for the food to be delivered, and I thought, what should we do while the food is being delivered and being cooked? Do a high rating spectate. I also needed a second video of the day for this slot anyway, because I'm, spoiler, one thing that I'm really looking forward to of having the two different channels throughout the years, if I have two games that are like good, what game A is really good, game B is really good, and I need to upload them back to back. I hate doing that because whatever one is the second video of the day usually doesn't perform as well, but they're both good videos. So when eventually, hey, the Bog Nima just said put this towards the Nandos. Thank you very much, the Bog Nima, with 5 gifted subs. But when I have two channels and I upload each of them, they both can perform well because it's only one video a day, so it works really good. But anyway, we're watching Zyra jungle today. The reason for it is obscure junglers are becoming more popular. Zyra's massive strength is her clear. Insanely good clear. If you're using your plants well, you do not take a lot of damage. You can avoid a lot of the damage that the jungle will give you, especially as like a squishy mage jungler. Things like Brand definitely take a bit more damage in the jungle clear than Zyra. Now, what you're even seeing this Zyra do, she's maximizing her clear. When she knows her plant's going to finish off something, she's already moving to the next thing. Spoiler, I will say, in the upcoming, we started the Smurf series today, the Phil to Master series. I do play against a Zyra today in the jungle. I can't remember what match it was. Was it the match I just played? Yeah, I just played Rengar against the Zyra. And if you're struggling against Zyra, that Rengar game will show you how to play against the Zyra jungle. So I will say their weakness is being invaded and fighting all the time. I also played against Brand, so the two most popular, I guess Talia is also there as well, but the three most popular mage jungles, or 4 most popular mage jungles, all have arguably the same weakness. And Slinky Shade with 2 gifted subs, thank you very much, my dude. So yeah, like Karthus, Brand, Talia, and Zyra, they're very popular in the jungle. They're getting more popular. They scale really well. But if you're playing something like Shaco or Rengar or Kha'Zix or Nocturne, you should be looking to take fights to them. They don't like it. They basically want to control the fight themselves. You can see this Zyra is invading because she saw where Xin was, and Xin obviously got a kill, unfortunately, on the Brand. But she's making something of that. Thanks, Slinky. Oh, you're in Austria. Very nice. You are in the same country as the F1 this weekend. I, by the way, know nothing about how the F1 has gone so far today. The sprint race, I imagine, would have been already. I'm planning to watch it in bed after. But yeah, so one thing I've always said when we watch these high rating spectates is what you will notice about the best players is whenever something bad is happening one side of the map, and if they're not at that side, what do? They make sure they're gaining somewhere else. So, oh, I see Xin, he just killed my mid laner. Okay, I'm going to invade and take his blue. So the Xin gained something, but he also lost the blue buff. So he's not just gaining everything. He got first blood, and then, oh, I go get my blue buff. His blue's gone. So that's a very, I'd say, powerful thing that you should definitely know and adapt in your own playstyle. You can't be everywhere at once on the map. What you can do in your area of the map is make sure you're gaining something that the enemy team aren't. So yeah, I would definitely recommend to adopt that playstyle. So again, 500 health that Gromp was. She leaves it and she gets the kill. So 500 health. She's already moving on to the next thing. Obviously, she does go, and this is, I think, a mistake that we saw today some people make. You should go the burn component first when you're doing a burn item build. Because that is actually giving you the extra damage of the burn. I saw a couple people go the Haunting Guise item first, and that doesn't give you the burn. So get the burn component first. It will help you with jungle clear a bit more. So yeah. So it is worth mentioning, in Zyra kind of support, typically you maxing E. Zyra jungle, you can see in the bottom left, she's maxing Q. So the Q is the more damage output. So the spell does more damage, I think. but also that it obviously empowers your plants to become the ranged versions of the plants. And obviously the ranged version, very good, obviously, with burn, etc. Hey, Elzima. So she is now hovering in the area. She's ready for the little grubby things to spawn. But she's timing a gank that Jace is here. The Darius obviously is trying to get back to lane, and they could gank the Darius before he can make it back to his tower. So one of the weaknesses of Darius is if he gets ahead, and I will say, spoiler, I played a Darius game today as well. If he gets ahead, he snowballs. He's an absolute crazy solo queue champion, but he's a champion that never runs TP. You can just straight up bully him if he's not prepared at the right time. So he literally just went back, and now he's running back to top lane, and he's dead before he even can get to top. So that sucks. Really nice play by Zyra, though. So again, sees where the Xin is, so she has full control. She's not worried about the Xin right now. So she gets a gank on Darius. She's now even doing some of these grubbies. Brand looks like he might invade, which is a bit weird. Dark Blue Abaddon with 3 gifted subs. Thank you very much, dude. So again, Brand gave Zyra the knowledge of where Xin is. So that means she can continue this as much as she dares. Xin may come for this. Nope. The Brand's actually being a great distraction. Hasn't finished off. Definitely finished this. Auto attack, Zyra. Auto attack. Because she cues it. That was a bit close, but I will say. Mira Questage says, why are mages going in the jungle now like Zyra and all? Genuinely, the answer is a lot of them suck in mid lane nowadays. And I'm not even kidding. A lot of mages you're seeing less in mid, and you're seeing them in 3 different roles. You're seeing them in jungle, you're seeing them in support, and a lot of mages now are just taking over the AD carry role. And the reason why, they get punished too much in mid. It's that simple. Like, they get punished way too much in mid, either by the enemy jungler, who still usually camps mid lane, or if they're against something powerful that either can just straight up kill them in mid lane, or they out roam them in mid lane, because a lot of mages aren't good at roaming. It also feels pretty bad. But if you play one of the other 3 roles, well, you're not playing mid, so you actually can survive. And yeah, this is actually quite a rare game that both mid laners are mages. That is very... what the heck? Darius maybe slightly tilted. I have no idea why he's roaming. Flash. He's going for a really big commit play. Zyra, unfortunately, will... Brand will go down to the Ezreal. But yeah, that Darius may be tilted or something. But, like, what the heck? Jace coming in. Xin ultimates, but doesn't really hit anybody away at the right time. But Jace just committed way too deep. And this fight is not going well for red team. Again, Zyra's damage is not that impressive, by the way, until, like... oh, nice. Until she gets her burn items, realistically. Crazy fight. So again, this is a challenger game, by the way. The guy that we're watching, I should have made it very clear. He is currently rank 1 challenger EU West. Nathaniel Fearman, 28 months of Prime. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, this guy's rank 1. He is a jungle main, and he plays all different junglers. But he also plays a few other roles as well. We saw mid lane in his match history. So a guy that plays all the junglers under the sun, but also can hold his own in mid lane and challenger as rank 1. That's an impressive player. I think someone in Twitch chat may have said that this guy is a pro player or something, but I'm not sure. So gold-wise, the gold button, unfortunately, is bugged in replays. Again, just to make it very clear, replays are always a little bit bugged in League of Legends. So for the longest time, years and years and years, we never had a replay system, an official one. We had to use a third-party system to watch replays. Riot basically came out and said, we don't prioritize making it because that's not going to make us money. Which is true. So Zin's on the blue, Zyra's coming over. Xin will just straight up engage, potentially. There is a pink ward that the Zyra missed a little bit. Yeah, it was called Baron Replays. The software was genuinely called Baron Replays. It was a third-party software. Oh god, big skirmish. Nice. Brand gets himself on the board, and I'm sure he'll feel good about that because he's had a bit of a rough laning phase so far. Mainly due to the Xin. The Zin's gone mid lane a lot. Yeah, so the fact that there are still things in replay client that are bugged, it shouldn't shock you. Riot literally held off making an actual replay system for years because they said it didn't make the money. Them fixing the replay client doesn't make the money. They don't really care. So yeah. So Darius once again returning to lane, and straight away he's just going to die again. Oh, misses the E, tanking the tower for the Jace. Jace should be committing, and there you go. So apparently this is a pro player. This is Skewmund, apparently. That is what this player is called, Skewmund, and they are French, or they're French Lebanese, I guess. Yeah, this is that player. They're rank 1 right now, and I can't tell which team they're on, but yeah. Is Baron replay still a thing? I don't think so. Again, it's kind of redundant considering there is an official replay system. Hey, nice, Nathaniel. Wait, which teams are playing football tonight? Did you guys hear the fantastic thing about the England football team, by the way? We've got an upcoming election here in the UK. July 4th, there's a big UK election. So apparently the players for the England team are not actually going to vote in the election because they can't find they can't find the penalty box. So they can't tick anything in the penalty box. So, you know, it's the way that it goes. Haha. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Zyra's going to continue her clear. So she gets her burn item. So it is worth mentioning, someone in Twitch chat mentioned this earlier. So this is becoming more common, apparently. So normally everybody was rushing Blackfire. Blackfire first item, 100%. The reason for it is a burn item, or it's a burn item that also gives mana. But the actual damage output, I believe, of Liandry is higher than Blackfire, and because, especially in the jungle, you get so much free regen, even of mana, you get, you know, health, blue buff. More people are starting to go Liandry's rush again, which is interesting. Ooh. So that Leona ult seemed a bit weird, but she was, in essence, trying to predict the Ezreal E, so you can respect it. Ezreal still ends up dead. Brand also dies in mid lane. So you can see the Brand has done Blackfire first item. Also, my Nando's is on the way. I hilariously may even need to pause this. I don't know. Depends how long it takes them to get here. But yeah, so he goes Blackfire first item, which I would say for mid lane is definitely the right thing to go, because mid lane, you know, you're trying to wave clear, you need that mana. It's just something that people have noticed that in jungle, at least, people are starting to go Liandry's first item more, just because its raw damage output is higher, and you're not as punished as a mid laner, in essence, with the mana problem. But overall, so again, I might give Zyra jungle a go. Obviously, we're doing the new Phil 2 series, and if memory serves correct, I just played a Rengar game, and I rolled the dice, and we got jungle again, so I need to play another jungle. Well, I need to queue primary jungle in the upcoming game. So maybe I'll play a mage jungle. So far today, I've played Shaco and Rengar in the jungle. So two very similar assassin-y type of champs. So maybe this upcoming jungle game will play something a bit different, like a mage. So maybe it'll be a Zyra or a Brand or something like that. Could be fun. So nearly level 11, by the way. You can see the XP bar down here. Below the mana bar is the XP bar. Surprises me that she doesn't do that. If she did Scuttle, she may have hit level 11. She sees Xin. So Xin is taking her blue. But she is taking Rift Herald. Rift Herald is definitely stronger. It's definitely worth more. Because she will get Rift Herald and she'll get the Scuttle. And the Xin, I don't even know. So the Xin's getting a few kills. The Xin actually didn't finish the blue buff. So the Xin stopped. Stealing blue. And obviously Zyra is just about to steal blue anyway. So Xin's gained a couple kills there. And you can definitely tell like the playstyle difference between the Zyra and the Xin. The farm difference is astronomical. And the Xin is a lot more like, I just want to fight all the time. And the Zyra is like, I will fight, but I'm also just going to power farm and scale. That's basically it. Mages, historically, are one of the best scaling type of champion in League of Legends. And in the jungle, where you're not in mid lane and you're getting killed all the time and you get punished in lane phase, you're getting denied farm. If a jungler doesn't actively fight you in the jungle and invade you, you get to scale as a mage if you play in the jungle. So that's why so many mages are becoming junglers. I don't know why. I don't know why Riot. You know, I think it is quite obvious that they don't love mages mid nowadays. Like, it's just not what they want. But I don't know. Vigil, the proto-gen, 22 months tier 1. Says, here from YouTube, we'll be flying from West Coast USA to UK for a vacation in a few hours. Any recommendation on tourist attractions? Where are you going? Like, I can't really give you a recommendation, you know, if you're not going to that area. Presumably London. That's where everybody from America seems to go. So next item, if it isn't obvious for Zyra, should be Rylai's. So Rylai's is very powerful, by the way, for a couple of reasons. So one, it gives you every stat you want, survivability. It gives you, you know, health. It gives you more AP. It's the slow. So the slow does two things when you're playing a mage. It gives you survivability in that your plants are applying Rylai that then keeps a melee champion, let's say like Xin or Darius, away from you. But it also, with a slow, it's going to slow champions that enables your plants to attack things more than they may have necessarily have done. So like a champion would have just run out directly, but if they're slowed, they might get 1 or 2 more auto attacks off to apply more burn. So it is a very good second item. She likely will go Blackfire third item. And you are going London. If I don't know if you're here for the next half an hour or so, if after this commentary you're still here, I could then talk to you about some recommendations in London. That's a weird engage by Xin. Again, he is 2 levels down the Zyra, by the way. Nice Rakan. Massive Zyra ult. That's the power of Zyra ult. Completely blocks the enemy team from moving forward. So, you know, the Xin committed, the Rakan committed, and then Zyra ultimate came through. The enemy team just like, well, we can't walk forward. Sorry. There's nothing you can do about that. Very good by the Zyra. Lovely use of ultimate. So, Jace does get a kill. Again, this Darius is having a bad game. Again, it's really cool to see a Jace having a good game because it just doesn't... It just doesn't happen that much nowadays. My boy Jace is not in the best way. He has to snowball realistically to do well. And yeah, obviously the Zyra did help top lane. And that's the thing I think people are very aware, is this Zyra arguably helped top, a lane that normally junglers don't really help much nowadays. Probably because she knew, oh, I do need to get this guy ahead. If a Darius snowballs on a Jace, the Jace will be useless. If a Jace snowballs on a Darius, he'll be useful. Right, more jungle clear. Zyra probably has a decent amount of gold on her right now. We'll see what item is the plan. Oh, nice stun. Chain CC from the Leona. The plants are doing the damage, so that's, again, a nice thing when it comes to something like Zyra. As long as you get your plants down, the enemy team may still focus you, but your plants are dealing the damage, which is very nice. So, again, red buff. Hey, Zerly with 10 gifted subs. Thank you very much. Massive appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. So again, just reminding everyone, stealing buffs now is arguably, in League of Legends, more powerful than it ever has been. And that is just literally a thing. Basically, obviously, if Xin got that red buff, right now, it's pre-20 minutes, what he would get it and one teammate would get it. But, you know, 20 minutes after... when Baron spawns, your whole team gets the buff. So when you steal a buff from an enemy team, you are denying blue buff or red buff from the entire enemy team. So if you can steal a jungle buff from, you know, the enemy, it is absolutely massive. Definitely prioritize that if you can. And, you know, don't die for it, arguably, but it's a very, very powerful thing. So Baron is spawning right now. It may be on the table. The other thing that is very powerful when it comes to Zyra, she is a good Baron taker, obviously. She's actually not going the burn item next. She's actually going a pen item. which I would say that's also a good decision. So if you look at the Zin, he's by Merc Treads, he's got Hex Drinker, and he's got a Negatron Cloak. That is a crazy amount of magic resist. Obviously, Brand is on the team as well, so two big heavy AP things. So the enemy team will be prioritizing MR quite heavily. But, yeah, Pen is always, you know, going to be useful. Baron is being pinged. Darius is bot lane. Remember, Darius a non-teleport top laner, so he can't get here. And Baron is being started. Now, the one thing I don't know, and if someone in Twitch chat knows, please do let me know. Obviously, it always happens. Whoever is closest to Baron, that was really quick. Whoever is closest to Baron tanks Baron, does 50% less damage to Baron. I don't know. Do Zyra plants count as that thing? Because if a Zyra plant is the closest thing to Baron, does Zyra do 50% or does the plant do 50% less? I don't know. After food TTS, we're going to try and go on the PB and play the new champion. So again, if anyone in chat has got the PB, download it, update it. We're going to try and get 9 people in for a custom game so I can play the new Bunny champion to make a video on her as well. We've got 9 minutes ETA arrival for the food. So we should be able to complete this commentary at least. That's good. Without disruption. But yeah, this has been a quite powerful game for Zyra. And if anything, one thing I would say, you know, is very clear. And if you've been watching the stream today, and if you've been watching the stream, you should notice it. But if when you eventually watch my jungle games that I've played today in a few days' time when they get uploaded. So the Zin has not done what the weakness of Zyra is. When I jungled against a Zyra and a Brand today, what did I do? I took the fights to them. I invaded them. I didn't let them breathe, basically. But Zin did not do that to Zyra. He didn't actively look for fights on her, so he let a Mage scale, and that's very dangerous. When I played against a Zyra and a Brand, I was in their jungle. I was killing them. I was taking their stuff. That's what you have to do. That's their weakness. So this commentary highlights, yeah, Zyra is strong, but also highlights that the Zin did not do what you're supposed to do against the Mage. And again, in a few days' time, when those videos come out, you guys will see how you're supposed to play against something like this. But yeah, still very powerful. Still very powerful, but the Zin definitely could have played this a bit better. And the Zin didn't do bad in the early game. He just did a different playstyle than he probably should have. But anyway, that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Zyra, again, bit of an obscure champion in the jungle, but less so nowadays. Like, League is in a bit of a weird place that you can basically play anything you want anywhere. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power.